All right. Let me reposition some controllers and we should be good. Oh yeah, our autosave was at Yojimbo, huh? Dun-dun-dun.
Please tell me, why is this happening?
Good God, you know.
It's been a while.
Guard. Guard? Guard everything. I think the poison doesn't matter. Maybe on a character with less HP, but I don't think the poison matters. I think what we have to do is just kind of time our spell to hear when he does his attack. Like straight up right here. Literally this. Yuna's primed with cure for everyone, so let's see if that's going to be enough. It's like a 300, 400 HP restore per character. I don't need to worry about the poison. Oh, the poison kills people. Get it off! Ah! What? Oh, the MP, fucking MP cost! Okay, I see. Get it off in time! Fuck. I'd love to get my attack off or item off. Hey, what's up, 10K? I'm just gonna attack every time and then heal if Pain needs it. We'll see how this goes. Oh my god, do you have can you be any slower, Pain? Oh, nice. Are you enjoying it? I wish they let you play on the hardest difficulty as soon as you started playing, but there is a problem though. It feels like it expects you to have like the levels up, you know? Like it expects you to have like good gear and stuff. It's not really a good first time experience thing, but oh my god, the poison tick. The poison tick, unfortunate. Is the fire dragon the one that like hits you? For my save, no. I've got a save before we can use, but I want to try this one more time. Oh, okay, that one. Yeah. I think Metaphor as a whole does really good from two perspectives. Or not just two, like there are a lot of perspectives.
Please tell me, why is this happening?
Giving you more control over like your party's abilities and whatnot. You know, unlike Persona 3, 4, and 5. I think that's very, very good. Because that's always been one of my annoyances from the other games is you don't really have as much control over like what your party members can do. So it feels a little more like SMT when you have more party control. I understand the argument that you feel you can be like it feels railroady later on, but like I kind of don't even think that's as big a deal because that's a choice you opt into, right? And then just getting out of the high school setting I think feels way more refreshing. Actually, hold on, I got a better idea. This feels like the kind of fight I'd want to use Mega Elixirs on. Oh shit, she doesn't have it! I was gonna make everyone into a thief, but don't have the garment grid set up for it. Okay, don't need to worry. When I see him start chanting, that's when I need to panic. Oh, whatever. It's off. Antidote again. Ah, delicious. Delicious water. I can't tell what's he doing. Oh, okay, it's fine. I need to see the front of him so I can see what he's planning on doing, darn it. It's like, it's a fake charge up. He's not even casting. That's just part of the attack animation. Oh shit, he's doing it! Don't dog me, okay? Don't fucking dog me. If a boss gets an attack in, I was literally just about to say, if a boss gets an attack in right now, it's so flippin' cheap. It's so cheap, damn it. Like, that is the major issue. I feel like this battle system is significantly better if they just change one thing. And that thing is, you need to treat all actions the same way. Because there's effectively like two kinds of actions in this game, right? There are actions that require no build-up, we'll say. Uninterruptible actions and interruptible actions. And attacks are uninterruptible. Spells, skills, items all seem to be interruptible. But and so that's a perfectly fine decision in my opinion. The problem is that all boss actions, save for maybe a couple spells or something, are uninterruptible. So I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think that means you're at a disadvantage if you don't play this on a certain speed. Like, I think you have to go to the slowest ATB speed or whatever. I could be wrong on that. Let's also be forthcoming. I think every Final Fantasy has had some issue with like their ATB speed mode, right? Oh, so even Final Fantasy 12 has issues. What the? Oh, man. You're a genius, Neil. You're a damn genius. To be fair, this fight would be maybe just a bit easier if it didn't annihilate our MP, which is like the giant reason why. Are you fucking kidding me? That's what I'm talking about. See, like, we definitely had our attack our attack primed way sooner, but because like the way the battle system works, that's and when I say uninterruptible attack, I don't mean like, you know, if someone gets hit, they have to replay part of the animation. But yeah, like turn priority in this game is super weird. It's very weird. It's honestly wild how much this forms my opinion on this game. I'm curious, what do we have for like super strong damage for items? Oh, that feels good. Pain, haste. By the way, also slow as fuck now. Ah, shit, he's doing the thing. There has to be like a way to hear all party members, right? Oh my god, it's so fast. Don't do it. Don't do it, you damn dog. You... Whatever happened to be fair, in that instance, I think that was worth it. Or, like, worth the, That was actually... You fucking kidding me? That was actually my own fault for not realizing he was going into, like, charge mode again. So, it is what it is there. Oh, Jesus, why is this... Why is this dog so active now? Thank God for the camera change. I can see like what he's doing now at least. Ah, he's doing it! What? What? So fast! There's like no charge for him! What? Do bosses not have to charge? Do they have black magic level 5? How the fuck? Alright, whatever, it's fine. I haven't primed. I didn't have time to prime a single damn person. The dog's gonna fuck up my day. I can already tell. Just look at the dog. The dog is ready for this. Listen, I like dogs typically, but this time, I don't know, man. He's weak, though. We're so close. Oh. In fact, we won. Without Alchemist, either. Just goes to show you.
Hello!
Careful. Someone might answer.
We can't thank you enough for your help. I promise we won't be doing business here anymore.
Wait. I couldn't go back and save the others? Where the heck were they? Ah, whatever. Who gives a shit? Where's Pain? Oh, there's Pain. That's my latest invention. It's called a comm sphere. We can't use it until I set up a Spiro-wide network down on the ground. Nothing's gonna hear her from way down there. Who thought you'd have to beat Shinra? He'll probably use that dress sphere for his experiments. Dude, I'm so annoyed over that stupid minigame. That stupid minigame. Jesus, I hate that minigame. Yeah, just constant one. Hey, I just realized there's screen tearing going on again.
Hey, it's Sid's little girl.
We have a name.
You seem close.
We made quite the couple.
Oh. You did know we choik.
Riku's always good for a laugh. If you're here about digging, this isn't the best time.
Well, there were fiends here too, right? Want us to clean up for ya?
Fiend hunting? What? You guys give up the sphere gig?
Temporarily. Right now, we're helping people out. Maybe you'd like to hire us?
Nope. You already took care of Sin. We can't go running to you every time we get into trouble. I watch my own back.
Show off.
Well, be careful.
You too.
Right.
Come on.
Right. How do I bring up the UI again? Trying to remember. Whoops. Been playing Western games a little too often. There we go. Oh, you know what? I bet it stopped when I updated it, so we need to go to... Let's turn off the frame rate limit and see what happens. Oh, wait, no, that's right. I think it's, like, locked to 30 for some reason, regardless of what I do. Graphic only. Whatever. 60's fine. I'm not uploading or whatever. Actually, it's going to be 60 regardless because of the way I'm outputting my... Yeah. Okay. Let's see... Where the hell is it? Raw input. No. Window management volume on screen display. No. Wait, what? Control-Shift-V? What? I feel like this got... Okay, wait, hold on. This might be what we need. No, it's not. It's not what we need. Where the hell did BC go to? All right, disable keyboard input to game. We don't need that. VSync off. Hey, what's up? What's up, Lockie? How you doing, man? Where the hell is VSync? Dude, I just started Death Stranding 2 as well. It's been good. Did I kill it? I think I killed it. Wait, can I be real for a second? I feel like everyone's talking about how good Death Stranding 2 looks from like a fidelity standpoint. Is it really that much better than Death Stranding 1? Like, don't get me wrong, I think it looks great. But is it really like that amazing looking? I thought the first game looked amazing too. Huh, interesting. Are you using a PlayStation 5 Pro or? Oh, that's what's happening here. I see. This is some bullshit. It's a placebo. They say it's a placebo. And no, I still haven't added the hee-ho wallpaper back. All right, what is it going to be? dxgi.ini. I'm surprised we have to do this in with this mod, considering usually this mod is like very it does everything for, or not does everything for you, but usually these mods are like pretty well supported. Normal VSync. Okay, let's see if the VSync's back. If the tearing is gone again. Hey, so if you recently replayed Death Stranding 1, can you tell me, did they have names for the BTs back then? I haven't gotten that far in Death Stranding 2, but they one of the guys, one of the early base hub guys, is talking about the BTs with names like chasers and things like that. So Okay, good. Good to know I'm not crazy. I was like, I really don't remember them being this scientific about the BTs. They were just like, we don't, the BTs. We may, I'm not going to even pay enough attention there. I really wish I hadn't watched the reveal trailer for Death Stranding 2, because like, I'm not up to that point yet, Lockie, but like I already imagine I know what's going to happen by the end of the Mexico area. I think we all saw that trailer, right? Or teaser or whatever. I don't know. God, this game. Wait, is George Miller the character being played as by, or I mean, is that the character that looks quote unquote like Solid Snake? Where's the show? Tar Man. Man, I could have guessed a character was named Tar Man, right? Shinra. Wait. It's the same director did Happy Feet and all the Mad Max movies. The recent ones, I'm assuming, right? I love... Oh, it's the same director? That's actually pretty cool. I haven't seen any of the new Mad Max movies. I love when very well-known directors that do like very gory stuff also do kid stuff at times. Like what's his face? Robert Rodriguez does all of the is it the Shark Boy and Lava Girl movies, or is it Spy Kids? Maybe it's both. I don't remember, but is this the show? Is this really what we've all been waiting for?
Oh, this won't do at all. We finally put it on. The show, of course. But there's no passion, no climax. No. Oh, shoo puff. I can't run a show without climactic passion. I must have miscalculated. This wasn't supposed to happen at all.
Don't worry, Tobley. I'm sure your next show will make up for it.
Next show? How can there be a next show when the first show made the next show a no-show? Well, one thing's surely for sure. I need to attract celebrities to attract an audience.
Huh. Got any celebrities in mind?
Well, let's see. The most celebrated celebrity... Eureka!
Yuna, run.
What's wrong?
Don't ask, just run. Run now, run fast.
Psycho Eyes.
Okay.
Wait! Just a moment!
Keep running.
Hey, what's gotten into you?
Do you really need to ask? You know what he's planning, right?
This is our big chance.
It might be fun.
Hey, is there not audio options in this game? Whatever, it's fine. That's pretty cool. Were tickets like sold out to the event? I'm just curious, or was it something that like kind of flew under people's radar? Oh, I can't spread the good word of Ardent Incorporated here, can I? What the hell am I supposed to do? I don't even know. I was not paying attention. I hate to constantly be negative about this game, but like, good lord, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Oh, you know what, Lockie? You know what game I can't wait to like not play? I can't wait for it to come out, but I sure as hell am not playing it. I can't remember what the project name is or what the pending like the working title is, but it's the horror game that Kojima's working on for Xbox. I'm definitely not playing it. Dude, oh my god. I was just thinking about some of like the scary moments in Death Stranding. Like they're literally like the moments of the game where they're just fucking with you, like in the original Death Stranding when you're in your room, and there's like it's his nightmares, I think, is what he like the justification for having them in, right? It's like when you think you're awake in your room and there's someone inside of the shower. Oh god, that was some horrible shit. And I was just thinking, imagine like an entire game like that. Oh. Speaking of acting, wouldn't it be nice if Riku acted her age? Seems like the syndicate's on vacation. If we are to do any more spooky games soon, like this would be the year for it, because I think we won't be too busy, or I won't be too busy in October. We have to really choose like some good ones. Like if we're gonna play horror games, we need to play horror games that like are actually good and interesting, you know, like that have interesting stories and whatnot. They don't all have to be Silent Hill 2, but you get what I'm saying. Like Silent Hill 2 is a good example of like an amazing horror game because, you know, like it feels like a meaningful play as opposed to some like random ass indie horror game which has no like relevant plot. Oh, is that a scarf? I dig the hands. They're like fragile. I don't know, whatever. I don't know how to. Cooking Companions is a good example of what we shouldn't be playing, right? I feel like there's, I don't know. I feel like that was ultimately just whatever. Like I don't want to say streamer bait. I don't think it was really that good. Wait, so do they explain why Fragile's skin isn't all old and aged? Because when she took off her outfit early in the game, I was just like, what the hell? What's up with her skin? The boss is in an extremely foul mood. You'd better steer clear for now. No, we did great at the massaging.
LeBlanc, there's nothing to worry about.
Not even close.
Let's see you do it then.
LeBlanc, there's nothing to worry about.
Look who's talking!
What are you doing?
Oi! The boss has been rather depressed since Nuge went missing.
We wants to comfort her, see?
Oh, was that supposed to be Nuge?
That bad, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if you did sound like Nuge, do you think it would actually help?
It would.
Whatever you say.
It's better than doing nothing. I've never seen the boss more lugubrious. Not even her massages seem to help. The Switch is acting up again. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, Fizzant is have we seen much on it? I thought that was just like the game that's going to be getting back to like espionage, action espionage, right? Maybe the threat of a little competition would help bring the boss's fight back. But have we seen much on it, if anything?
Leave me alone.
Don't you want to hunt some spheres? The Gullwings are gonna get all the spheres in Spear, you know.
It's still distorting for whatever reason.
Fine by me. There's no point in chasing after spheres if my Noogie Woogie isn't there to smile. What difference does it make?
You're a mess.
Say whatever you want.
Maybe there's audio settings we can change here. Ah, there we go. See, what a good guy. Leave me alone. There's getting back on the topic of horror games for just a second. I feel like there are not like enough of those made with substance. Like even there was one that I thought had a lot of promise from the developer called The Letter. That was more of a visual novel, but like once they got done with that, they immediately shifted their focus to like different genres. So I don't know if they just like The Letter didn't do well enough or what, but. Oh, see, Silent Hill F actually looks really, really good, even if it doesn't look like Silent Hill, you know what I mean? I think so much of it feels like, it honestly feels like a better, it feels like Fatal Frame. Dude. Oh wait. Does this gacha game involve horror gacha game? Doesn't it involve like characters that have like parallels to like more famous entities, yokai, or like legendary monsters of some sort? Because Tiffany's playing a gacha on the side, which like each character has some connection to like an urban legend, yokai, or horror figure. Oh. I mean, gacha is the scariest thing in the world, no? Sphere installed. Battle. Oh, right. I need to change people back to their respective classes. I think Horse Girl Racing gotcha. It like single-handedly killed off. Excuse me. Grand Blue. If that game never got big, Grand Blue would be even larger, I think. Let's see. What am I doing? What am I doing? Abilities? Is that where we see this? Yes, okay. Persona gotcha. Listen, why make a new Persona when we could just make a Persona gotcha? Geniuses we are. I don't even want to look at it. Damn it. Oh, interesting. Demi sword. I'm assuming it's just flat damage like the other ones, but it'd be interesting if it like actually took off a quarter health. No, it's true. I have not been playing Rido. Listen, there are too many games to play, darn it. What I've told myself is I'm going to get through at least a few modern games before I get back into the backlog. Well, the Final Fantasy, marathon is one exception. Like I want to play DS2 and I want to go and play Claire Obscure. Because I probably shouldn't be like, I should give, considering I've been very critical about a lot of indie RPGs in general, I should probably give Claire Obscure like a real chance. Oh, did you see like the biggest improvement? It's like the only improvement they need to make to Snake Eater from like a gameplay standpoint. Having real-time camouflage changes. That alone is like, oh. Because before that, I was like, whatever. Like, yeah, I could maybe get around to playing that at some point in time. But the real-time camo changes, I think, might have sold me on that game. Wait, is this guy like a boss? Or an area boss or something? I feel like I'm getting that impression because I don't recognize some of like the changes to his character model. But yes, I think Snake Eater is one of those games where it's probably in my top 20 games of all time, the original. So when I see a remake, part of me is like, I don't know, maybe I'm a pessimist, but part of me is like, I I'm not saying it shouldn't be remade or whatever, right? That's perfectly fine. But it's like, do I need to play it? Like, do I absolutely need to play it? I don't know, you know? It's like, I don't feel as... It's just a chocobo. The one lone chocobo. But hearing about that real time, like, no menu camouflage adjustment actually just sounds really cool to me, because like, if there's one thing that, if I went back to play Snake Eater, the one thing I probably would be annoyed about doing in 2025. Oh, whoops, I have potion still selected. Whatever, it's fine. The one thing I would be annoyed about doing in 2025 is specifically... I can't flip... Oh! Is that like a clothing petrified thing? I don't understand. Is that what's going on? Yeah, I would hate having to go into the menu, then choose camouflage, and then choose all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I still haven't played Peace Walker. I should note. But I always hear a lot of people talk about how good that game is. Even one of my friends who's like very opinionated on things talks about how good Peace Walker is when they hate MGS5. If I remember correctly, at least. My ride. I gotta use the restroom after this battle. Well, that outfit looks pretty cool.
You're no challenge. Just target practice.
All right, be right back. All right. Where is my mouse? Nah. I can't say I've watched anime in a long time. I've been reading a lot more. I've matured. I read manga now. No. Partly it's just I don't really make enough time to like dedicate to anime, unfortunately.
Are you still bummed out about that, Pops?
Who asked you?
Let's go.
Yuna. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me?
It's the same pose from Final Fantasy X. I really don't want to have to heal. Please. Please, please. Does it get like cerebral at the end, or not even at the end, but does it get cerebral or something? Yeah, I just had to switch him in the middle of the battle when they were like petrifying dresses or something. I don't know. So I need to get them back into their desired outfits. In fact, I think it might have been this group of enemies that were petrifying my dresses or something weird.
All I need is my soul.
Oh, Riku's awake again. Ah, it's happened again.
Mind if I take that?
Wait, you'll have to remind me. You talked about there being time travel in Unicorn, but that happens only in the novel, right? Because I don't remember it happening in the TV show. Good old TV show. Or am I crazy? Oh, gotcha. Have a good night, Lockie. During the final battle?
Too easy.
Man, how do I not remember what's going on?
Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? With the next Gundam, Gundam NT or Gundam Narrative, being less than 1 month away from its release at the end of November, they're starting to ramp up the promos and advertisements for its theatrical run in Japan. And so they decided to bring the author of Gundam NT, who is also the author for Gundam Unicorn, Harutoshi Fukui, onto a talk show to try and get some information about the most memeable Gundam series in the entire franchise, crowned before it even came out. And in this interview/talk show, Fukui actually revealed to us that time traveling actually happened in a Gundam series right before our eyes. Nobody noticed it and it wasn't obvious, but it happened already, and upon further examination, it's looking very much like we're going to be getting some more time traveling in the upcoming Gundam NT. Now I think it's safe to say that Gundam as a franchise has never really touched upon time traveling in any serious way, maybe until now. And we're not talking about the part where Banagher and Full Frontal supposedly went through time to witness what happens at the end of the universe. I believe that was more so what happened in their heads when they were connected. With this, we're talking about actual time traveling that affects everyone in their immediate surroundings. And seeing as how this is coming straight out of the mouth of the author and writer for the manga and the original novels of Gundam Unicorn, this is definitely not a theory. It's straight up Gundam facts.
A game theory.
So first of all, what did he exactly reveal in the talk show? The interview not only got the author of Gundam Unicorn to talk, but also the producer of Mobile Gundam Suit Online to talk about the game, but we're here for the Gundam NT part. So let's take a look at what he said. But there will be spoilers to Gundam Unicorn, so you have been warned. At around 13 minutes into the interview, Fukui explains the ending of Gundam Unicorn, which I'm sure has left many questions unanswered at first. But now, Fukui has explained exactly what happened. So at the very end of Gundam Unicorn, I'm sure all of you remember, when Unicorn crystallizes and in a very short sequence, Unicorn disables all the Federation mobile suits in a single swipe of his hands.
I don't remember any of this.
So what happened here wasn't Unicorn using some Psycho Frame tech to disable the mobile suits. The Psycho Frame actually caused all the engines of the mobile suits around it to roll back in time, bringing them into a state before they were assembled. Which probably explains the crystallization that was happening on Gundam Unicorn, because as parts of it was technically traveling back in time to a state before it was even processed to become a piece of Gundam armor. And so, time was being rolled back on very specific parts of the Gundam. Fukui explains the Psycho Frame in stages. The first stage, when a Psycho Frame is activated, it converts the human will into energy. We've seen this a ton of times before in previous Gundams, where a talented pilot can will a Psycho Frame into performing better than its opponents. If a person is able to become one with the Psycho Frame completely and let it become his own body,
Wait, okay. I vaguely recall. Was this only in like the movies? Because I don't recognize like half of these animations.
やはり君にも見えるようだな。ではこの宇宙の時の果てまで共に行こうか、バナージ君。
I do remember parts of this and whatnot, though. Like vaguely. I'm reading the description of the video, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell? I don't remember this. I don't remember this at all. Did I not watch? Did I not watch the end of Unicorn? Did I, like, somehow miss the final episode? No, I thought, like... No, I don't know. I swear I did. I swear I watched Unicorn. I'll bet it really helped. Okay, this dialogue seems like the same. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. I'm sure, like, I may have wrote it off as just, like, magic. I mean, I guess that's what being a new type is at the end of the day. It's all magic. I don't know. If it really didn't have any consequence to the story, I might have just, like, said whatever and just went on with my life at that point. Called it fine. But... Wait, so just tell me this much. Is Full Frontal just a regular Char clone, or is there some bullshit to Full Frontal where, like, he's I don't know, even more important or something? He's got the personality and the memories of Char or some bullshit. I have a feeling that there is no reason to do this. There was no reason at all. Excuse me. Transmitting log?
We won!
An empty win.
What does that mean? Does that mean we're gonna get attacked? So how does one pronounce GQUUUUX? How is that actually spoken out loud? GQ? GQUX. Is it also, I'm assuming it's a different timeline as well, right? Like it's not UC. Damn Bronzos.
You guys better watch out. With horns like that, you're just asking to get struck.
Leon and Aid left Mountain to find a way to repair Elder Kimari's horn. We cannot return to Mountain until a way is found.
And you expect to find that here?
Yes? Where does Lady Yuna think we should search for a way to fix Elder's horn?
I don't want to know the answer. Let's send him as far away as possible.
What's in Kilika?
Well, just a hunch.
Leon and Aid go there to look. Thank you, High Summoner. Come, Aid.
I hate these kids. Why do they just went and got the Oblivion voice actor and they're like, hey, can you use the lizard voice for these stupid Ronso?
At your service.
Oh yeah, sure, we could do that. But yeah, what other 2025 games do I need to play? Claire Obscura is obviously the one, so I can be a contrarian about it.
All right.
To be fair, like I think I've found the I think I've hit like late game in Blueprints, and I feel like that game starts off really, really good and gets kind of mediocre by the end of it. That game becomes like a crowdsourced sort of like groupthink type of game, I think. It's like at some point in time it becomes community driven because there's no way in hell a single person is going to figure out some of these puzzles. I get the feeling this neighborhood doesn't need any gold wings. Buddy. Damn it, buddy. Do the Ronto truly mean to do us harm? Yes, fuck you guys. Yeah, so Blueprints, like, I would say the first 2/3 of that game, I think, can be very... I don't know how to put it. The first 2/3 of Blueprints, if you can't figure it out on your own, when you first run into a puzzle, there are a lot of different breadcrumbs or straight up notes and hints that will direct you to it. So it's almost like you... How do I put it? Yeah, well, the rooms are randomly generated within the sense of like you... If you're playing like a game of cards, if you will, right? You get 3 cards dished out to you, each card representing a room. And then each of those cards, once you play one, the other 2 go back into the deck. So as you get further and further in the game, there are other ways to manipulate how you play out those cards. Like you can have different ways to draw more cards or to remove cards from the deck and do other things like that, right? But so there are just so many puzzles in that game that I feel like you can bypass by accidentally triggering its conditions. And then there are so many built around like trial and error and then like process of elimination, which in and of itself isn't necessarily a problem, but it just, I don't know, man. Like I solved a couple days ago, I solved a puzzle that I didn't even realize I was solving. And that was like the most annoying thing. It was so dumb. I don't understand how and then after solving it, I don't understand how someone would solve it, if that makes sense. And there is one puzzle where like I just didn't understand like what the hints were in regards to it. So like I did look up what the hell one puzzle was like, the hints were even like I knew I had all the hints and I still couldn't understand what the hell it meant. So I looked up one specific part of the puzzle and I was like, oh, okay. I hear the Ronsa really hate us because with this game that has been so how do I put it? A lot of the puzzle logic within Blueprints goes off of wordplay, right? Like so sometimes the phonetic solution as opposed to the actual literal solution is more often right than wrong. So they have one puzzle where the very basis of the puzzle starts with the word CIX. And later on in that same puzzle, the word SIX comes into play.
My homeland.
So I was thinking, like, is this supposed to be some sort of, am I supposed to phonetically use CIX as 6? 6, add 6? That's not the exact thing. But I was stuck as hell on it, and I was not gonna get anywhere closer. And from what I've seen with the rest of the clues I've come across, there's no other way to determine that you're actually supposed to use the Roman numeral value. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's the Roman numeral value of CIX rather than SIX. Oh, don't worry, you didn't miss much. It was just the start, like the starting story. Oh, nice. Did you finish your computer? I don't think there's anything new here. Oh, I'm able to talk to this person from this far away. But I think just like halfway through Blueprints, or even maybe a little less than that. I think roughly halfway through Blueprints, that's my game of the year. But just the latter half of it feels like there's way more effort put in for like very little amount of gain or like revelation. It's I don't know. Maybe I'm being a Debbie Downer, but like that's kind of how I feel about that situation as a whole. Blueprint starts off stronger than anything else, but then it kind of drops the ball. So I've already checked that area out. Okay, let's go back to winter area. Because there are so many, like...
The agency!
Oh no!
Fiends? Here? Must be from Makalania Temple.
We can worry about what?
Uni! We have to... And our...
I'll pay you my...
Battle. I'm not saying it's a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just like the first half of that game, I think, is way better, like, curated, if you will. Like, there are hints scattered for, like, early game puzzles, so even if you miss early game puzzles, you will be able to get... You'll be redirected back to them as a result of progressing further and further into the game. But then you start to run into, like... you start to run into some things that I just feel like are very... I don't know how to put it. Some of the puzzles get so cryptic. That's how I would say. Oh no, I'm still just talking about Blueprints. Like the first half of the game, I think feels way better than the second half. I know I haven't solved everything, but like I've gotten two bits of information from that game, or two like lore drops that feel like a send-off, if that makes sense. Oh look, there's a person getting munched on by a flan. We have to save them. No, I think the sigils honestly feel like you can solve those within the first half of the game pretty easily. I'm talking about things like the blue tents. The blue tents notes, I think, suck ass. I would say like first half is still leading up to this is actually a good topic, and like part of the reason why I'm kind of annoyed with like the latter half of the game, the late game maybe we'll call, because from a content standpoint, most of the game resides within that first section of the experience. I'm gonna just call it Part A. Like Part A feels way more like polished and like full of content. And then Part B. So I'm differentiating Part A and Part B just based on the amount of time you're going to spend. Yep, and that is the correct spelling for it. Though, that being said, considering all the wordplay that happens in blueprints, maybe there is something more to tent. But blue tents, just to be clear, is one of the gift shop things you don't unlock until you get 8 trophies. And I'm dumbing this down significantly, but once you get your 8th trophy, you get access to essentially additional lore for each room. But you only get the additional lore for each room if you only get the additional lore in each room if you draft it in the final rank. But now let's talk about that. So, God, some of the you would think that, like, oh, there's gonna be some really good, like, oh, interesting. That means there's going to be something for, like, there's gonna be some critical information for each of these rooms that we draft in the 8th rank, or not 8th, 9th rank. But let's remember for a second that how many different rooms exist in that game? Blue rooms alone, there are 45. Well, original rooms, I should say. There are 45. Then there are 8 bedrooms, 8 hallways, 8 gardens, or green rooms. There are additions, like room additions that you add, and then there are even more found blueprints. And in fact, I still apparently haven't even found the last room. And so that's a lot of additional lore until you find out. Yep, exactly. There are only 4 slots for rank 9 in the first place.
Let's go look.
So my big issue is specifically that as you start drafting some of these rooms, which, by the way, like, generally speaking, unless you get the Chamber of Mirrors or whatever, you only get 1 copy of each room, with the exception of rooms that you've doubled up using the Chamber of Mirrors permanently with the found blueprints. But so if you're not using the Chamber of Mirrors, any room that is a common place or whatever, a common room, meaning it shows up very often, it's very hard to not draft that room because it's going to show up so often in like the early ranks. The reason why, like, your less common rooms start to show up more frequently oftentimes is because you get further into the house and then you start drafting those more because your common rooms have already been used up in earlier ranks, right? So at some point you're like, well, shoot, like, I apparently need to start shifting some floor plan rarities. I'll get to the kicker here in a second, because now we're going to go into a different tangent. You apparently solve a puzzle in the game by switching from the king. Wait, is that the right order? I don't even remember, because guess what? I ran into this accidentally. So I had switched to the king. Not blessing. It's like what you do when you solve the chess puzzle in the foundation, or not foundation, but like the whatever underneath the house. I had switched to the king one so I could more reliably get rooms of a specific color, right? And that was just to, like, progress through. That was for a different reason I was doing that. But so I decided I needed to switch the rarity of some things, because certain rooms I had set to be rare just so I would not need to run into them. But I was like, well, what would the additional lore be for these rooms? So I switched from king to rook, because Rook gives you additional rolls for the corners, and apparently switching from king to rook is, well, in chess it's the castling move, right? Or I mean that's what they're calling this specific like achievement or whatever you want to call, or like this puzzle. So there's apparently this puzzle that I think this puzzle would be found through some hints or something, I'm assuming. But I happen to run into this by switching those two things. It ends up creating a brand new doorway within that room. You go down into that room, and it's a tomb. Inside of this tomb, there's a bunch of Mora Jai boxes or whatever, Mora High Yai boxes, whatever the heck. And then there's a really cryptic message about what was it? That I don't know what they're saying. Makina.
Don't talk. Save your strength.
God, where am I even going with this? It's like tangent after tangent. Berserker dress fear. What? There's something walking. It sounded like, I don't know what it was.
Another flawless victory.
Anyways, that puzzle leads to the one with the Roman numerals of CIX, which I like was just like, what the hell is this supposed to be? Oh, it's in that frozen state where it'll come up eventually. There we go. Oh, it's the Shinra. Ah! I missed my talk with the Shinra. That was 1% right there. 1% gone. Yep. So oh my god, the fucking puzzle. That's only one part of that puzzle, by the way, because what was it? We're gonna get into a fight here, I'm sure. I made more things. Treasure trove.
Goblins at your service.
Where is it? Where is it? Sean, cursive black, dad letters. I guess I should probably fight these guys before I get killed. Oh yeah, final chests, because I feel like this is like the send-off of the game, but that's a different story. Archive second binder? No, I know I have them here someplace, but where did I put them? Arajan, no. Letter 6. Oh, is it this? Yeah, you find some notes in here. This puzzle was actually good. This was actually really good. I like this puzzle a lot. And I think the order of them, yeah, okay, this is the order of them. Without gifts, nor gold, nor mannered charms, will the youth approach with empty arms on the sacred hour, that time-worn phrase, in Ares' court where the king now lays. And in the sky above, a brilliant sign, a sullen crosses 5 stars align, a patient figure of beckoning great, the black key is lying with the last king of 8. But this one, oh my god. I also hate this puzzle, but like this puzzle at the same time. Spadif has... Like, Spadif is going to be more likely in use with things like stereo receivers and, like, sort of like entertainment center type things and maybe sound bars. But it also depends on various things. But yeah, I mean, I think I've even seen newer TV sound bars like not even have optical inputs anymore. So, but this is like one of the examples of the game just not giving, like, the game doesn't fucking care about you. So okay, some of these things are really easily done when you're in late game, without gifts nor gold nor mannered charms. So that's like, okay. That means no gold, no keys, no gems, no items, right? With empty arms, like nothing. Like that fully solidifies that. On the sacred hour, that time-worn phrase, like the only time that comes up as necessary is 1:30, right? Because that's the thing we stumbled in. We stumbled in by accident in the watchtower. And in the sky above, a brilliant sign, a Solon cross is 5 stars aligned. So you specifically go on a day where you get the constellation that is like this. That's 5 stars. It's a cross. But then, and since this place is like accessible, as soon as you start, if you will, like, or you just, when I say accessible, as soon as you start, like on a given day, you just go down to the elevator and go through like the new room in the chess area. You still have to wait till like 1:30, which you start, I don't know, at 8 a.m., 7 a.m. or something. But it's like, it takes forever just to go down there and wait. It's so annoying. Ugh. But then when, like, all that happens when you get here, that's when this thing rises up, and then you get the Castle Cat CIX puzzle solution there. There's a clock that you have to then set up as, I thought I hit the circle. You have to set the clock up to a specific time frame or a time. It starts at 1:30, obviously, because it's 1:30. You have to set it to 1:09. It's like, I don't think the game respects your time, and at some point it becomes more evident. There's a chest here, though. There we go. But I think, like, ultimately, one of the big reasons why I feel like the latter half of the game doesn't feel as good, you spend so much time for, like, very little revelation, if you will. I think, like, I don't know, man. There is an easy way to, like, make your journey feel more complete. Because by the end of the game, you've already realized, like, you already know with great certainty.
I'm on a roll.
You know with great certainty what the game is going to tell you and stuff, or like what the lead up is. Because it's foreshadowed so much by, like, not only the different titles of books in the game, but the game's name and so forth. And when the final letter of the game, or letter, the final message to the game is a super meta one, I just got so annoyed. Ugh. I think the game also needs to be more forthcoming about certain things too. Like, do you mind, Bob, do you mind story spoilers to the game? I'm sure some of which you already are, like, aware of what's going on and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
It's frustrating. It's so fucking frustrating, damn it. So here's the other thing too. Unless I missed, which is very possible. It's entirely possible that I've missed something while like scouring through all of my notes and going back through like a lot of the books and whatnot. But either we are again, who actually knows? The implication I get from the story, though, is that we are actually descendants of the original kings of Orindia, right? Simon is, specifically. And the symbolic gesture of putting on a blue crown with the cursed effigy, going through all that nonsense to rightfully take our symbolic throne of a non-functional nation. Like all the act of Simon going through all of that is basically just acknowledging within the universe that Simon is the rightful king of these lands. Although technically, I think based upon some things, I think it's more of like a matriarchal society that they come from. But whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. So like there's this notion of like Simon is actually the rightful king of the area, and his inheritance is technically not just of Saint or Mount Holly, but also of like the lands as a whole. Though he assumingly is never going to get that. But you kind of already get that and understand that well before the actual act of putting on the crown and sitting on the throne. Crone? Putting on the crown and sitting on the throne. And then the two sort of like contradictory things that kind of go like that make me feel kind of sour. You get the true will, which is the one that like your would it be great grandmother or great grandmother? I don't remember. Writes. Dude, I'm just running around aimlessly in this game at this point. Which basically implies that like the true inheritor of the estate. Oh, there's no save point here. Is there one in the agency? The true inheritor of the estate is not based on any written person or heir to like the family, but rather the person that solves the final puzzle, which is finding the blue will. But like there's no fanfare or acknowledgement to it, which doesn't necessarily like have to be the case. It just felt like a really low point to me because like, yes, guess what? It doesn't actually matter who you are. It's just that you solved the puzzle, right? But we've already revealed that the player is Simon, so it effectively doesn't really do anything. What it does do is it sort of like changes the narrative to some degree. Like I think it's interesting that and the question arises, I'm almost 100% sure that no one else knows about the blue will. So Simon's the only person that finds it, but Simon is also the rightful inheritor as far as like Herbert's will goes. So, and sorry, the blue will is not Herbert's will. The blue will is the great-great-grandmother or great-grandmother's will. So technically speaking, no one finds it. So its effectiveness never actually is enacted. But it's like it just illustrates like this weird sort of feeling I have about the plot as a whole. Like, and maybe I need to look around some more because I've tried to see like what other people think about the plot, but I haven't found anyone really talk about this. There is like this analysis over Metaphor and Metaphor's ending, which is like, I really find Metaphor to be strange because really at the end of the day, we're putting like the power of government back into the hands of a monarch. And that feels weird. And it's like, well, okay. I mean, you spent the entire game watching the protagonist like essentially fighting for the throne for someone that he believes would better the nation and so forth. And so it really paints the picture of like the person who ends up ruling in metaphor is someone that doesn't necessarily want to rule to begin with, right? And but you see through like their altruistic actions, assuming you're doing all the side quests and stuff, that they truly just want to help people. So it feels fitting that in a society that isn't ready for self-governance, that it's like, okay, well, I guess this person being king is at least fine, right? That feels satisfactory to me. But the amount of, or at least the amount of vocal people that are like, well, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense, is kind of like whatever. But then the story of Blue Prince, if you put it really simply, is there's a family that are formerly royalty, or they are connected in some way, you don't know at that point, with the old royal family, and they're very unhappy about the current ruling order. And so a mom basically decides to abandon her son and family to go and do a symbolic gesture of stealing the royal crown, and then going through this elaborate process of replacing the royal crown's jewels, which are originally rubies, and then like the cloth backing is red, with blueprints because YOLO, and replacing the rubies with sapphires, and then proceeds to come up with this ridiculous gesture of like creating puzzles and things, and like this is all just some giant plot for the son to like go through what is potentially like a revelation about who he is from like a hereditary standpoint. But this is all technically just a gesture of like a symbolic gesture, because do they really expect like the son to like carry out some sort of revolt or rebellion or revolution? Like, because I'm of two I've also, maybe I'm thinking about the story of Blue Prince way too much, but like for the character to not have like, if the character within the Red Prince and the Blue Prince book are supposed to be about Simon, does Simon have some sort of like learning disability or some sort of like mental condition? Like, he literally is Colette, like colorblind in some way, except only sees blue technically, is like the idea. No, I'm brain farting or whatever, or brain vomiting right now, because I'm literally spitting out everything I've been like mulling over in my head, a lot of which I don't actually believe the creators intend for us to like look at or whatnot. Oh, but man, it's just, I don't think the mother's a good person. Like the mother, like okay, I don't necessarily think that like wanting to start a revolution or rebellion is necessarily a bad thing, especially when you look at it from a fictional standpoint. Like, you know, obviously I think the characters in Suikoden are justified and whatnot and what they're doing most of the time. But like the mother isn't just carrying out like a rebellion, or not even a rebellion, but like it's more superficial acts of rebellion. But she's also trying to essentially force her will onto her son afterwards, which is the thing that really rubs me the wrong way. And I'm not saying that feeling good or bad about the mother and the mother's, not just the mother's decisions, but everyone else at the estate too is basically in on this. And they're essentially putting this will onto Simon. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a good or bad thing, like from like a writing standpoint. Like these characters that you want to trust and so forth being technically bad people isn't necessary. Like that doesn't make the story bad. But the blue will ends up making me feel very weird about the whole situation as a whole, because as far as I know, as far as I suspect, and I'll explain why I suspect this more, I believe no one else knows about the blue will, because the blue will basically eliminates the idea behind like importance within one's family and blood. If the rightful owner of Mount Holly and the estate is the person that discovers the blue will, and there's a clause in the blue will that does say that, like, you know, any of like my essentially any of my family that still resides in Mount Holly should be allowed to stay there, even if the rightful owner discovers the blue will. Like, there's a clause in there that essentially ensures that her children and grandchildren are taken care of. Oh, it is just grandmother, the more I think about it now. But it just, I don't know, it feels like the blue will in some way kind of makes the impact of the story lessen to some degree. If the characters, like, maybe it's more complex than that. Maybe Herbert is aware of the blue will, and Herbert doesn't necessarily agree with Mary in full with what she's doing, but allows her to carry out what she feels is the best thing for the country and so forth. But I mean, it feels like the story of the Blue Prince is just a lot of misguided energy. Like, what is the actual desired outcome for any of these characters? And I don't know. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing playing this game right now? It ultimately feels like there's a lot of stuff happening in the game, and there's a lot of really interesting lore, but ultimately nothing ends up happening. The will is executed, and the blue will's plot twist doesn't necessarily feel like it doesn't feel like it actually provides a twist in the narrative. It doesn't change our minds collectively. I can't speak for everyone, but it doesn't change our minds as people. Because I already felt like the mother passing on this rebellious will to her son feels kind of forced. And, like, are we supposed to feel after we ascend to the throne that, like, we are the rightful heirs of Arindia and we should do something about it? But also we're like 13 or 14 years old, and our family doesn't really seem to have much power outside of being celebrities within Reddington. And man, I don't know. I could absolutely be missing some critical parts of the lore too. And to top this all off, the final puzzle, quote unquote, of the game is a series. It's a series of chests, 3 chests, and when you open the 3 chests are adequately, there are 2 true boxes, 2 true statements on one box. One box says this is the end of your journey, and another box says the journey never ends. And so me being morbid, I'm assuming. Oh, hey, what's up, Jay? I don't know when you messaged me, but yeah, no, I don't know. Jay, she's a white mage for now. People are learning their classes. I'm assuming. Oh, in fact, let me bring it up. Not there though. That works. I straight up called these final because I was like, yeah, no, it's over. It's Jover. I'm assuming you've also already noticed though, right? That, like, this doesn't say anything about gems. There are 2 true boxes in this room. You have reached the end of your journey. There is no end to this journey. So I spent literally, like, I don't know, 10 minutes, like, just thinking about, like, what the hell is this supposed to mean? Because it doesn't say there are gems or a prize in a box anywhere, right? And even if, like, even in the parlor, and well, the point I'm making is that in the parlor, the true box doesn't doesn't have the prize, right? Like, it doesn't have to have the prize. Typically, like, the prize can be in any box. But there's no mention of a prize. So I decided, like, am I supposed to just open the true box? Is that the intention here? What am I supposed to do otherwise? So I opened the "There is no end to this journey" box, and then there's a cutscene where Simon opens up the box, and I really can't. It looks empty to me. I don't know. Like, I say I don't know because the cutscene really doesn't. There's something about the cutscene that is odd. Simon looks at the bottom of the box. He looks over at the blue box afterwards, almost as if implying, well, I guess maybe I should have opened the blue box. It's very evident. It becomes very obvious he looks at the blue box. But then he fully opens up the black box, and it's like he's looking under the lid. And then it cuts back to you being able to play. But when I look at the box, even under the lid, there's nothing in the box. And so, funny enough, on the same playthrough, I have a parlor, which I have not used. I have not used the wind-up key in the parlor because I already have so many gems just from constellations and so forth. So I go back upstairs, I get the wind-up key, I go back down, and I open up the blue box. And in the blue box, there's a book. Did I save the book? I was kind of annoyed with the book by this point. I might not have saved the book. If I did, it would have been in its own book. At some point, I got better about like doing some screenshots. But the book is a copy of the blueprints, except some of the dialogue is changed to be more about you, the player. So instead of it being like, and you might just imagine the such and such thing about a boy in this very same book he would carry, or whatever the heck the actual content of it. But it mentions game instead of book. And I see it both as in like feasible within the sense of the actual story, because Simon is essentially playing a game set up by like the people within the estate. But Simon is also, but like we as a player are also playing it. So it felt pretty meta and like fourth wall breaking. But like I don't know. I don't know what to even take from that book, because it's basically saying that we are much like Simon in this case, or much like the Red Prince or Blue Prince, however you want to interpret it, and that we only choose to see, like, we're only choosing to see one thing. And if you look at it from that lens, it's like, am I missing something else? Am I literally missing something else? Because I literally don't know where else to take this. I don't know where else to go. I don't know any other freaking blue room or blue doors to open up. I've opened up the two I'm aware of. It's like, I'm trying to think of another game that wants you to let it go, because that's the other interpretation of the meta blue book or Blueprints book, is that, like, you know, this is the end of your journey. You are opening up the chest that is that says this is the end of your journey, and you're getting your reward in the form of the book that Mary has written. Oh, and that's another thing. The author of this book is not Miriam Marigold, her pen name, but it's also Mary Matthew Jones, which is her family name. And why I think it's kind of more supposed to be interpreted as it's being written to the character Simon. It's like, if this is supposed to be the symbolic gesture that you as a player embrace by accepting, it doesn't really matter that the book's inside of the chest, but accepting that the journey is over is one of the possibilities, like one of the true possibilities, or, you know, because the box that says there are two true statements, if that box is true, that implies, if that notion is true, that implies one of the two boxes is false, right? Not necessarily saying that the book is indicative one way or another. But then there's that cutscene that makes me think that, like, I don't know, is it supposed to be that Simon, like, believes that the journey is over at that point? I have no idea. But like, there are other games that like that break the wall, if you will, to some extent by telling the player that you have to be okay with letting the game be over, right? Like, the game's done, the game's over. And one of those games, the one I can immediately think of is Undertale, and it's just like you have to be okay with letting the characters live out their lives on their own, blah blah blah. And that one feels like it's a more noteworthy way of, like, I don't know, it feels more effective because, well, the idea being that you know, their journey is over. You have to be okay with letting the characters go, blah 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 blah, whatever. I feel like I could talk more on that subject if it hadn't been, 10 years since I played Undertale or whatever. Man, if only I had 3 wind-up keys, I could have seen what was in the white box, but I actually haven't gone down to check. I probably should. I don't know. It feels like there's not as much focus in the storytelling, and that's ultimately like the biggest thing that matters to me in those games, Like I really, really like the story, the resulting story and stuff, the narrative. There's nothing here, right? Right? Or if I had a jackhammer, I occasionally have found like wind-up keys within like dirt mounds with the jackhammer. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna check on something real quick. Okay, sorry. I don't know. Ultimately, it's like one of those games, though, and maybe this is because I'm so focused on story in general, but it feels like one of those games where, like, the more time you put into it, it kind of feels like you get diminishing returns, and at some point, there's never going to be a satisfying conclusion. And it's because, like, the way they write the story out, they don't intend to answer you on anything. Like, that is the nature of the story they're telling. It's not one of resolute, definitive answers or conclusions. It's one that leaves things somewhat open to interpretation, but also is like more realistic with its narrative as a whole. Oh, okay, so I can't talk to him anyways. Oh, maybe I would have been able to here. I feel like this game is not going to give me any sort of satisfaction whatsoever. I think there are really a lot of cool things to do with that game. I just wish that I think ultimately what they needed to do was go a few steps further with the upgrade paths within blueprints. Actually, hold on a second. I'm actually curious about something. Whatever, I don't care. Upgrades. Oh yeah, Scott and I talked about this. I don't remember if it was on stream or not. But we were talking about cloister upgrades, and he had like different choices than I did. Oh, what the? Oh, what is this one? What is Black Prince? Open a random door of the antechamber for each black print you draft from this cloister. Did I stream last night? I streamed Death Stranding. But I think you were there for that. Oh no, yesterday morning I did not. I don't think I did. I've mostly been like just trying to get through as much as I can of this offline on nights we're not doing 100 lines, so I could move on to Death Stranding 2. Where are all of these discs? I got that one. Oh, okay. This is the room I never found. I never found the Lost and Found. There's always been a history of things disappearing on the estate, including this very floor plan, which has been lost for many years itself and missing from the directory. Now that it's been found, how do you find this? Lost and Found contains 2 rare items the first time you enter. How do you unlock this floor plan location? Reading the complete underground map with a magnifying glass shows the 10th area of the map. Digging where this 10th area is shown rewards the player with this floor plan. You'll have to inspect the ground quite slowly to make sure you don't miss the shovel icon showing where you can dig, as the location is rather precise. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I could never figure out what floor plan I was missing. Is there another hint for that? There has to be. I think for a game that is like so, I don't know how to put it. I think this is my criticism for the game as a whole, or not. It's more of a compliment, because more times than not, they actually do this. It's less of a criticism, more of a compliment. Puzzle roguelike game in general, with like a bunch of randomness to it, if you will, you would think would be way more of like a headache, but because like, let's be real, the more and more you get into the game, the more you just pass through rooms without inspecting them carefully, because why the heck would you? You have to get through the game. Like, you're not going to check the parlor every single time you play the game, right? Or like every single time you draft the parlor. We should go to Besaid and actually do story stuff. Yeah, yes, they do need to do that. I was actually checking the upgrades to see if they could upgrade the coat check.
Let's do it.
Because I think there could be some easy ways to make the experience better overall. Like, just, hey, let the coat check allow you to put multiple items in. Have a way to get more gems. Because as far as gems go, the only thing I could do with... Yeah, exactly. 3 items or even 2 instead of 1 feels very, very, very beneficial. Especially like, as I was trying to solve like the throne room puzzle, which I knew I needed to take items in. Like, it started to become a giant pain in the butt when I was trying out different items because I wouldn't be able to save more than one item. So, like, which crown did the puzzle want? When I took the crown scepter, when I took the crown and scepter in, like, I didn't know what the hell like the dead stone meant. I was trying out different combinations of the scepter, the different crowns, and then other objects that I thought maybe the dead stone was supposed to symbolize or something. And that was all just a giant pain in the ass. That was a giant pain in the ass. Because, you know, there wasn't an easy way for me to swap out the paper crown and the royal crown. Yeah, exactly. If you could do the master key, the gem, and then a story important item, like, and someone may argue like that's a little much, but like if you have to first get the upgrade for the, it feels like it would have provided a more natural pace, because like.
So what's next?
How many hours did I end up putting in this game? I put in 81 hours into this game. And I can guarantee you, like, probably 20 hours of that was just, like, really repetitive gameplay. Like, I'm just drafting up rooms and so forth, like, yaddy, la-di, la, la-di, la. I put 80 fucking hours into that game. The first, like, 50 hours, I think, were great. Oh, but again, to talk like positive about the game for a moment here, because I've been very negative of it recently, especially with its latter half. A lot of puzzles that would be easy to just miss because you're not thinking of it the right way, they do give you like multiple hints that will lead you back to that puzzle. Like the mail room, I don't know how many letters I have total, but the mail room and Randolph Moore, his letters are really helpful in like pointing you back to old puzzles you may have forgotten to do or may have just missed. And there are a lot of notes, diaries, and things like that scattered throughout the house in the different rooms. Sometimes unlockable through like the lady's her ladyship's diary, for instance, actually brings you back to a lot of old puzzles that you might not have understood. But there are like how well they execute a lot of that stuff does kind of highlight some of the things that are like a little bit more annoying. I hope Scott's not listening, by the way, because if Scott is, I'm going to say one thing that I know he's missed. So he is like on day 50 or something. Yeah, the screenshot thing is another complaint I have. Scott's on like day 50 or something, and he hasn't unlocked the ladyship's diary or whatever, you know, the grandmother's diary, basically. Or no. Yeah. The grandmother's diary. I am at like day 90 something. So I was averaging like close to an hour for each day. The last excuse me, like the last 20 days I probably went through at like a very fast rate. Oh, and those okay, that's actually not a good representation either, because I definitely at the end started to save scum, where like when you I think you might have seen this. I don't recall if I had it on stream, but once you get over 50 stars in the sky, you can start you get the Inkwell constellation, which allows you to basically redraft as many times as you want at the cost of 1 star per redraft. So I found on a few days when I was trying to solve some late game puzzles involving the throne room just wouldn't draft sometimes. Like I would just for the hell of it re-roll the floor plans like 40 times at that point to see if I would get the throne. It wouldn't show up at all. So it's like, for whatever reason, on certain rolls or seeds, if you will, if each time you start a day is a different seed. And it does seem randomized. Like, let's say I was replaying day 87. On my first day 87, the throne room just wouldn't show up at all. And I have no idea why. I even got the royal scepter set to black. Like it should be showing up. Oh, and by the way, oh, that's a whole other thing. It would still be showing up. I don't understand. I don't understand why it wasn't. I hard reset the game. You know, I Alt F4 out. I open it back up. Day 87. It shows up as one of my first rooms because I have it as a common room. So I was definitely save scumming a few times, especially at that point where like when I decided I needed to try using the effigy, which by the way I didn't know what the effigy did. You get the effigy, you get it for the first time, and it like curses you, so you only have 13 steps, which is reflected. I should have seen that coming, because I should have seen that coming because in the Curse of the Black Bridge, where is it? You are cursed, boy, for deadly is the stone. I spent an embarrassing amount of time trying to figure out what the solution to the throne room was, when this is straight up in the freaking book. And I was like, the dead stone? What the hell is that supposed to be? Oh, duh. Deadly is the stone. But yes, it's one pace. 12 more and you will be dead. So when you pick up the cursed effigy and it sets your steps to 13. Oh, that was a bad 13. I was like, oh, okay. And then you're going to eliminate 2 of those steps getting back to the house. So you have 11 steps to go through the whole house. You better bet I reset the game at that point, because I was like, oh, I have nothing prepared. Absolutely nothing prepared. And then I would hard reset to get the right outdoor room so I could get the shrine. I think you guys might have saw me get this book for the first time, though. And I was just like, I didn't even want to read it. I was like, this is too much text. The shrine gives you different blessings and whatnot. Depending on like how much gold you get a different blessing. And the blessings can range from being able to move rooms into the outdoor room, which by the way is very critical to solving a couple puzzles. Because when you get the treasure trove, oh, and by the way, oh god, I fucking hate. This is one of the puzzles that like I got really annoyed by at first, because I think you guys might have seen me do some of these, where get off the screen zoom thing. I started the treasure trove has its own treasure chests, and inside of the treasure chest there's no treasures, but there are memos, right? The green memo you will find in this room will always be the memos you will find in this room will always be true. You'll notice I have a white and with a question mark here, because afterwards I saw green memos and white boxes are always lies, and I was like, I don't remember. I didn't record what the box color was. And then further on, blah 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 blah. I start getting to, where was it? Oh, yeah. I had a suspicion here. 2 realms have the same color banner. And I started, oh, wait, no, it wasn't here. Maybe it was here. Oh, I might have done this just to be easier on myself or something at one point, since this is a white box. But I saw this, all boxes marked with sun contain memos that are true. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, and then I forgot to screenshot, or I did screenshot one here, but I forgot to save it, so I just don't have this memo. I got so annoyed. And what else what was the final thing? I don't know if it was this one. I got another clue that just like made me give up entirely. And so basically I just started to look through and ask myself, like what do we have to go off of? And it started to occur to me that, like, oh, the notes from the area down below might also be like that. So you know how the boxes and memos all have these different rules and stuff, right? There is... Where is it? I did save these, didn't I? They might be in my big one. Did I go back down to the basement and read these? No, because the water would have been too high. I still don't fucking know what this is. Maybe this is going to be like the thing that tells me everything. Kirk Darren. Who the fuck is Kirk Darren? I'm just looking this up at this point. Because there's this. Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. Oh, is this going to be the... On the blue memo found in the conference room, it is written that Kirk Darren created the red memos, which were then approved by the Baron. I didn't know that, but extra mail. This is what I saw in the mail room. Randolph Moore says Kirk gave him an envelope full of unused memos, which I then saved here. God, I kind of hate this game and love this game at the same time. It's so painful. Oh, I didn't even save the last couple letters, it looks like. Because I think I got the final letter, and it was more of a send-off. Yeah, but yeah, anyways, just based off of, like, how many chests I got in, I was like, I have not been able to find... There's nothing in this box. I think this box is only ever going to fill up with notes. So I took this word, or this note, and was like, we need to try putting this room... in outside, and that's how you get the royal scepter. Jeez, I fucking hate all of this. Yeah. Void Stranger. I think obviously the big difference between those games being, like, if we're talking about like when to recommend Void Stranger to someone, the only reason why you wouldn't recommend Void Stranger to someone who's really enjoying Blueprints is if you don't think they'd like the graphics or like the core gameplay mechanic, right? Genes poured out of the temple and people just take it in their stride. These Besaid yokels sure are tough. Man, I don't know. My mental is broken. I think if I only played halfway through the game, from a time standpoint, halfway through Blueprints, and decided that was enough for me, I probably would put that as my game of the year for sure, but... Oh my, that's the key. That should open the chest. What key? I don't remember getting this key. Search sphere. The search sphere only works on this island. If you leave Besaid, we will hold the sphere until you return. If you have further use for it, you will need to return here and retrieve it from the chest. I don't remember what I'm doing here. Yeah, ultimately, there was very little payoff in blueprints, it felt like, at the end. I don't suppose you've been to the cave by the ruins. Yes, I have. That cave possesses more secrets than just the cipher sealing the entrance. There are in fact 4 more ciphers, barring the less resourceful from the cave's true bounty. Clues to the ciphers are scattered throughout Besaid. Use the search sphere to survey the island. Hold X to get a meter reading. Seek the places where the feedback is strongest, then press circle to dig. It feels like it is part of the story though. So like part of the empty or not empty, quote unquote, box in that final cutscene or final-ish cutscene seems to wait, was that the cutscene? There's like a late game cutscene where you get to see Mary Jones, like in her like I'm breaking into a place to steal some jewels outfit. Which, by the way, can you guess what that is? Yes, that's right. It's a black beret instead of whatever color she wore before, and it's a black beret, you see, and she's wearing a black sweater. It's like it's so ridiculous. Wait, who's Mei Chen? Is that the old guy? Don't make me do this, game. Don't make me do this. Why is this chocobo hot and cold? Oh, there we go. Jesus, I was in the wrong spot entirely. Huh? Am I setting up a private... What the hell is this? What's in there? That looks suspicious. Oh, that's just an opening in the tent. God, can we just kill Shinra and get it over with? This feels like a situation where like I didn't listen to what someone was saying and was just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, no, I'll figure it out. This puzzle can't be that hard, right? And then I uncover a camera and I have no idea what this is supposed to imply. Let's go talk to Guado Salam guy. Shouldn't Mei Chen be in the forest? I thought we sent him there to die. Sure, they may say they left of their own free will, but they don't show what happened off camera. When you say LeBlanc, do you mean like the group, not the person? Not the peepo?
What if we showed her a sphere of Nuge?
Why ask us? Go for it.
Of course, that sphere. We took one in Bavel. Care to watch it?
What's on it?
We haven't looked yet. Meet us in our room. We'll have a little screening.
Is this their room? That must be in like the dungeon area. Why do you have fiends in your basement?
Nice knowing you.
I want to double check. We've been fighting a little bit, so where are we at? Ooh, reflect. There we go. That's what we need. Oh yeah, we never got this chest, I don't think. It was a cutscene chest after all. Is this not the room they were talking about? Crimson Sphere 4. Hey, it's a good thing we came back here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, the camera angles, please.
Piece of cake.
What happened there?
This'll help. That's it?
Yeah. They must be in one of these rooms then.
Zenkai, Ikuyo?
Was I just using that repeatedly? Whoops.
let's see. This should be it.
What's this?
Ormy shot this, not me.
So I see.
This must be a dud.
Who you calling a dud?
There's someone there.
Really? Where? Where?
I'll zoom in.
It's Nuge! What was he doing there?
I don't like it.
What?
All these secrets. It's just one thing after another.
If I may. You're free to do as you please, but I'd prefer you not mention this to the boss.
Why not?
Whatever this Vegnagun thing is, it's clearly dangerous. Nothing the likes of we sphere hunters have any business fooling around with. But if the boss knew Nuge were involved, well, there'd be no stopping her. If anything were to happen to her.
You guys got it rough, don't ya?
If only she noticed.
Wait a second. So, granted, we haven't been playing this as like frequently as we should to be giving it. Oh my god, let me out! Must I talk to other people? Just take it. It's fine. You're a thief.
Is this one from Bevelle too?
Ooh, been taking naughty pictures again?
I didn't shoot this one. I found it.
I found it. Scrumptious.
The image is badly deteriorated. Must be old.
Look, it's Titus.
The only reason the war's
It's not
dragging on
Titus,
is
I
because
think.
Xanarkand refuses to surrender. You're wrong! If you'd stop attacking, there wouldn't be a war. We're not falling for that. Someday, your precious weapons will end up destroying you.
Let's get overalls back into fashion, right, guys?
He's probably referring to the Machina War of 1,000 years past.
When did you sneak in, old man?
Jail sphere.
You can't expect me to remember everything that happens. I must admit, the likeness is positively uncanny.
It can't really be him, can it?
I'm afraid not. After all, that sphere was recorded 1,000 years ago.
Right. Of course.
Would you like to hear?
Please, go on.
Lady Yuna, a rumor has been going around of late. Perhaps you've heard it. They say that High Summoner Yuna was accompanied by a guardian from, of all places, Xanarkand. Oh, yes. That young man raised quite a few eyebrows at the Blitzball tournament in Luca. I spoke to him myself on a number of occasions. I could sense that he belonged to an other world. That he should look so much like the man in that sphere cannot be mere coincidence, I should think.
There's a connection.
There is. I would very much like the chance to ask him and clear this matter up once and for all.
But he's gone. Just like the Faith said. Our dream will vanish.
A dream of the Faith? Is that right? Oh my.
What is it?
Oh. I had something on the tip of my tongue, but then it slipped away. Something very important. Oh. Frustrating. Well, I suppose I'll just have to think on it a little more. Until next time, Lady Luna. We are all connected. There may yet be a way to reunite with those who have gone.
What? Watch what you say.
Forgive me. Consider it the ramblings of an old man.
Wait, before we go. Ah. I like how the poison interrupted her attack. Wait, is this supposed to be an area boss or something? Or a mini boss, whatever? It just looked like a larger version. I was wondering. I felt like it was taking a while to take down. It's hard to tell sometimes because I know we're like over leveled from just running around fighting things. I swear. Like, I'm not the person that typically grinds in games now, but it's just felt so natural to like go around and talk to old NPCs, you know? Feels good. Why is this chest still open? We haven't been back to this area in a while, I feel like.
This is your lucky day.
Oh, okay, yeah, there are two of them. They just seem larger. So I think Blueprints, I've been thinking more and more about it. The most interesting parts of Blueprints are when they're like, again, I'm a story-driven player, right? For the most part, at least. I think the most interesting parts of Blueprints were when they were unexpected developments. So like when we got some of the threatening ransom letters, like it was like, oh, and then someone watching us and stuff like that. That all made things feel more interesting. But the more and more like we got through the game, and I mean, even by the time we got the ransom letter, like something about that situation didn't feel right to me. It was like, I don't think there is someone actually presently ransoming us. Because if so, that would imply they have all the letters in their possession. Why would they store the letters in the house in safes that are relevant to like things we know about, so to speak? Not all of them are in safes either, but a lot of them are. And the more and more, it's like, I think maybe there's more payoff if there is something that actually happens. Like, it doesn't feel like anything that happens in the game has any consequence. And I maybe that's because they don't want anything to disrupt the gameplay, like the flow of gameplay and stuff. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on the subject. I think it's also pretty unforgiving as a roguelite as well. Like, I think in comparison, because roguelites, I don't mean just for like roguelites in general. Leave me alone. Or I mean, I don't mean games in general, because roguelites can be like, you know, unforgiving. But I think Hades is like a good example of a game that is a very forgiving roguelite, in that when you start the game off and you're playing without any of the added difficulties and such, you can just be good enough to play through that whole game without taking on any powers or whatever. Like, I mean, you have to take powers on, I guess I should add, but you can play the game without actually, like, without requiring any of the powers that you get in, you know, an RNG fashion. You can just be that good. But there is like a, it's not like a skill check. Oh no, I made a new slot, whatever, it's fine. There's no like skill check in Blueprints that enables you to like bypass or get to progress beyond that of the hard limits of the game. I don't know. I think like it's missing a game mode where there are no steps is actually, or a game mode where there are less restrictive limitations. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, I have to get the freaking search thing again.
That's it?
We'll go a little longer. I realize now it's noon. Noon. Set the thing down. Why does he not want to set it down? I don't get it. This is the only place we've seen him run around all the time rather than like commit to a spot. Damn Shinra. Why did they name him Shinra too? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Is this supposed to be some sort of gotcha moment? Aha! All the games are linked together. Shinra is the character that determines that. He determines the real solution to everything is Mako energy. God, Final Fantasy, what a trip that was. Surprisingly better than my memory serves me. What is the point? What is the point, damn it? Wait, who's Becklum? Is he the stupid young youth league person or something? I don't remember. Buddy. So this is where you grew up. Nice place. Oh, is that who Becklum is?
Fiends? They're coming from inside the temple. But it's all right. Waka and the others fought them off. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Guess your friendly neighborhood gullwings won't be needed.
Any fiends they missed may still be wandering around. Waka and the rest split up to track them down. Give them a hand.
The gullwings are on the job. We'll even give you our special bargain price.
That's nice.
Sorry, Lulu.
That's okay. It's all right. Now go. Take a look around. People in the village will feel better knowing you're here, Yuna.
What you up to?
Installing a comm sphere. You never know when you might need a comm sphere.
A new invention of yours?
Shinra, did you fall and get a boo-boo?
Here's the perfect guinea pig.
Oh, I can see Yuna.
Huh? The comm sphere transmits an image back to the airship.
Oh, neat.
Oh, more!
Is brother just getting an upskirt shot?
Uni! Something's up!
What's there to decide, Waka? We can finish off the fiends right here and now.
Burning down a temple is going too far.
You have another suggestion? We have to do something. What if the fiends keep coming? Or maybe you don't mind putting your family in danger.
Hey, all we gotta do is stop the fiends, yeah?
My dog's trying to sniff out any leads. Okay. Let's go and do somewhere else. Do somewhere else? Wait, are you shitting me? It's actually canon? Oh my god. The Shinra. Does that mean Rufus is a descendant of the Shinra? I mean, more than likely there's some, like, because it's a corporation, they probably don't follow like a hereditary inheritance. But I mean, the original president does send off or does give the company to his son, essentially. But who knows if that happens all the time. Yeah, I'm freaking reading that right now, and it is like annoying me. Nah, not annoying me. That's a strong term. It's stupefying, I would say. So there has to be something somewhere here, I'm assuming. When we move and hold this down, does it just have like, is this like a false positive? Oh my god, I didn't realize I could jump up there. There's a red there. Does that mean... I think I'm barking up... No, I think this is a wild goose chase. Because it'll like, oh. That was 3 red bars. So it's got to be here somewhere. Five red bars in one case. Oh my lord. Wait, he attacked and then died. See how uninterruptible enemies are in this game? We killed him, and even that wasn't enough to keep him from just attacking. It didn't seem like a death rattle either. Okay, it went down for sure. We can back up now. Did it really go down? Oh my lord.
Yuna, marimas.
I gotta switch that back to pray. And I literally didn't there again. Apparently magic radar doesn't work that well, just like in 100 Line.
Another flawless victory.
It's probably unfair of me to give 100 lines so many passes. Oh, there it is. Found it. But I think so much of it has to do with like how seriously a story takes itself, if you know what I mean. What is the point of this? I don't understand. Oh, you can get triple zoom. There's this game. I'm assuming it's on Steam. I've seen someone play it before, where like all you do in the game is like they give you a bunch of stock images. So like imagine this is a stock image, and what you have to do is you have to use voice commands like they do in, you know, TV dramas or TV crime shows, where it's like zoom in, left, right, up, down. And then, like, every time you zoom, the picture changes, like, with how fuzzy it is. And exactly, you have to say enhance. And the point basically is that there's some text number or there's some number that's hidden in the image that you then have to dictate through microphone, of course, or maybe you can type it in. I'm not sure. And you have to find that. You have to find that number, you know, within like some sort of time limit. The original screen sharing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, whatever. Yeah, that's what they're emulating, at least with like the VHS artifacts. But I was thinking to myself, like, while technically not screen tearing, like, isn't that the original version of like a visual artifact that runs down the, like, across the screen that annoys people? Like when you're watching a video or a VHS, I should say, to be more clear. It's like that was the original version of like getting annoyed at something. Was there something behind the waterfall? Or were you memeing? Wait, what's going on here? Do you notice how like that thing seems messed up? You say sphere thing. You know what I think it is? Well, like, what I would actually tell you is, if it moved, like, if this were a static shot, it would be almost like there's something on the lens, right? But knowing it stays on that spot of the screen. Wait, what is that? It's a glyph sphere. This, this looks like a ghost, you know what I mean? So there's also a sphere like up there on the cliffside. Oh, maybe that's literally just with the graphics itself, because it seems weird there too. Liver mortis code. Yeah, Tiffany's had a few appointments this week, so we haven't been able to play as much. I'll see if she's feeling up to it tonight. If not, we'll be delivering packages. Wait, that's supposed to be a number? It wasn't like some weird character or glyph? Do you see that weird, like, distorted part?
Yeah, hopefully we can play tonight and tomorrow, but no promises, unfortunately.
I'm on a roll.
In fact, maybe I should end stream soon so I can see how she's doing, get her some food and stuff. Potentially help her feel better for tonight. Is that supposed to be a 7? Because it's a Fender F. So it's a 7, right? Fender F. It's using the same font as that shitty ass Sphere Break game or something. Wait, is there actually a Fender Monster Hunter? Oh, are they doing a promotion for the guitar, like for a guitar as well? I know Fender did a promotion with Final Fantasy 15 or 16. I don't remember which one. Oh, that's right. That's right. There's the Rathalos. Or Rathian guitar. I can't remember which one. I do remember seeing it now.
I've got you.
I forgot to hold this down. No, or very little reading though. Little money. Little money. Can I like air another set of frustrations over like the most, or not most annoying thing, but an annoying thing nonetheless. Everyone's like, oh, it took this, like they lost the source code for Final Fantasy Tactics and it took them this long. Like, oh yeah, I mean, like, are people just fucking dumb? Like, do they not remember that they re-released the game less than like 15 years ago? Like, Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions came out like for the PSP or Vita. I can't remember which one. Like, what are they fucking smoking? Never before have we seen this game come out. I see bright thing. I immediately look at it and realize that it's just a plant. It's good to know what we're looking for now, because before I was just like, what the hell are we supposed to see? There is a scene in Death Stranding 2 where like part of me was just like, is this just real video? I'm kind of convinced it's real video. Just like how I'm kind of convinced that some of these plants here are just photographs of trees. Like, look at this. Is this not just a picture of a tree that's now being set to move and bend a little bit back and forth? Like sway? It's just a freaking photo. I'm not saying it's a bad idea or anything. I'm just pointing it out, you know? Oh, see, look, there's something going on there. Look at that. What's going on there? It's funny though because like in those cases the digitized photos are like a technique, you would say. Like it's intended to be that way and be observed that way. In this case, I feel like they don't intend this stuff to be photorealistic. They just happen to use photos here as like a means to, you know, create the background easier or quicker, more efficiently. Wait. Nope. I must have missed it, I'm assuming. All we're trying to get from this is like a Dragon Ball, right? A numbered Dragon Ball. Oh, look at that. There's some sort of weird object there. Do you guys see it? Like near the center, if not like lower left slightly? Oh, what's going on there? We found what the game wanted us to find. Oh shit, there it is. That's a 1. Or is that a 7? I think it's a 1. Because the 7 is the Fender F. Right. We gotta go back to the village to get the other one now. But first, the beach. Listen, I thought we were done playing Death Stranding until tonight. Yet we're on the beach yet again. No, listen. This makes way more sense now that we know that this world is canonically the same as Final Fantasy VII. So does that also mean that the ancients might be related somehow to the faith? The beach. Yeah, more or less. If oh, little guy. It's for the side quest that we're not going to complete. You found Tomeya. Oh, no, I forgot there's this stupid shit. Fuck. Look, we have to help the cactuar. He's being attacked. Shoot the dog. Only the dog. This is such a dumb thing. This is the dumbest thing I've ever played, for the record. Yeah, I did it. Oh, we won. No. Okay, thank God. I was going to say, if it forces me to go back to Beacon Island, I'm going to be so upset. I'll take him back when I feel like it, okay? Oh, whoops, I forgot. Oh, I can feel the road work being done right now. The streets outside of our house are being paved right now, repaved. There might not be something here at all. Wait, I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, oops.
Child's play.
I'm choosing to interpret the signal like this. If it gets into the red pretty steadily, that means there's something nearby. Kill the chocobo. Wait, what? What is this? I'm on that Kotaku article that like confirms that Shinra is, the founder, or his descendants are the founder of Shinra. And there's this fan theory that is Squall really dead? Final Fantasy producer addresses the series' biggest fan theories. So once I watch the meter as we go through here, okay, I don't think there's anything there. On the theory that Final Fantasy VIII Squall dies at the end of Disc 1 when he's stabbed by Idia's ice spear and that the rest of the game is his dream. No, that is not true, Kitase says, laughing. I think he was actually stabbed around the shoulder area, so he was not dead. But that is a very interesting idea, so if we ever do make a remake of Final Fantasy VIII, I might go along with that story in mind. Triple Triad is just a dream of the faith. Final Fantasy X-2's Shinra character went on to start Shinra in Final Fantasy VII, meaning that both universes. I won't completely come out and say that it is the same world, said Kitase. However, Shinra in Final Fantasy X-2 was created by Kazushige Nojima, the scenario writer, and when he thought him up, he thought it might be good if people would imagine that after a few years after the story of X2, that person, Shinra, will grow up and start the Shinra company. So that is something that he did hint in there. That being said, I'm not going to say that it's the same. God, I really don't know if I can ever take myself or bring myself to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth after hearing, I keep using Kira, whatever, it's fine. After hearing what I've been told in regards to how they pull back from a lot of the story changes. I mean, my assumption, dude, the Miguel thing was already so much, right? But my assumption is that they changed so much in the game that people were really acting negatively about it, so they decided to go back and undo some of the changes. Iris! What am I fighting for? No, because apparently, is it Wedge who survives in Final Fantasy VII? Can I delete save 5 somehow? I didn't mean to make it. What am I fighting for? But, oh wait, no, I forgot to check out here. Dude, I don't get this. Really, my thought is if you're going to change the story of a beloved game, book, TV show, whatever, you gotta play hardball, okay? You aim for the fences. I think wait, what the hell were the movies called? The Evangelion something or other, movies are a really good example of like what you should do, because I think even if it's not like what everyone wanted, I think it's overall like a really interesting approach, and it gets really on the nose with how meta it becomes too. Rebuild, thank you. So it's like it's fine because you're not destroying the original work. It's not like I think Chrono Cross is a good example. Chrono Cross goes that's a sequel, obviously, as opposed to a reimagining. But that game really does kind of like put Chrono Trigger's events into a different light, and one could argue like really puts a damper to like the there is something here. Fuck. People really don't like Chrono Cross. And so with that in mind, like, do people, after Chrono Cross came out, do people say, like, in post-Chrono Cross world that Chrono Trigger isn't as good of a game anymore? No. Like, it's just a sequel that some people don't like. Yeah, so, like, you can interpret Rebuild a lot of different ways, I'm sure. But the impression I get from it is, oh, thank God this one seems way easier. 4. So 7, 4, 1. You can interpret Rebuild as basically saying that like the events of Evangelion happened so many different times. So it kind of makes all of the different iterations of Evangelion canon in some way, if you want to think of it that way. And that Rebuild is the final one closing the loop. God, dude, I fucking hate that. I don't remember like what the exact quote was, but holy shit, I hated that comment. Like implying their game is that much better.
Come back soon.
Hey, brother.
So bored.
Brother, you all right?
Something's wrong. The image is breaking up.
Hey, brother.
So.
Is his Japanese name like Oni-chan? Because 741 is Aniki. Okay. Seven, 4, 1, 2, or 2, 4, 7, 1. Hey, brother.
Thank you.
Come again.
that one was 7. So the order we would have found them in was 2, 4, 7, 1. Transmit more data.
I could get used to this.
This is easy.
Oh, I need to pay attention. Someone's weak. Whoops. Surely we'll be fine. And Yuna falls behind and experience even more. $50 seems like a good number.
Leave it to me.
Why is this the song for every freaking dungeon? Hey, can you put that wah pedal on everything? Yes. To be fair, I think it's like a synth. And just like a bandpass that's moving on it. But
Too easy.
where are... Oh, okay. I was like, where the heck are we? This is kind of cool. Not gonna lie. I like how they, they obviously haven't rendered things beyond that, so that's why you don't get to see from your perspective. But it's pretty clever. Who knew that this game was actually as meta as Void Stranger? Oh yeah, did I get a new dress sphere? That's right, Berserker.
This is just a mirage.
Once Pain gets done with her class, we'll switch her to Berserker. So not that far, actually. Gunner. We'll go back to White Mage. Why Psychic when Berserker? Perfect for running around killing enemies that aren't a threat, right? Excuse me. Was that all this is? Oh no! What if I need to do this? What if I find a sphere up here? Oh, you know what game? People that like blueprints, I think, should try out Inscription.
Yuna, marimas.
That is like maybe a better suggestion because it's like more modern. And it has like some escape room elements to it as well.
So what's next?
That was a time. That was such a good time. That also got me into Slay the Spire as well. Oh, what the heck's happening here? Wait, if the opponent's actually sentient or not? Are you talking about Inscription? There's a little bit up to interpretation, if you want to think of it that way, because whether or not you're just playing a record of the game, or if you're, but yes, at face value, like you're playing against a sentient AI basically. And when I say AI, I don't mean the kind that makes 6-fingered hands or 4-fingered hands. I mean the actual kind of AI. I don't mean the AI that gets things wrong on Google all the time.
Too easy.
I mean like a Skynet AI.
Piece of cake?
Where's the fun in that?
One of my favorite recent Google AIs, or like Google being wrong, was holy. So I don't know if anyone's seen the movie Conclave. But someone made a post on Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever the fuck, I don't know, asking or like making a joke about Jeff Goldblum being in Conclave. And I watched a tiny bit of Conclave on one of my recent plane flights. Like, it was for like a work trip. And I also thought like one of the characters was potentially Jeff Goldblum. For the record, this is like a small ass monitor on the back of a plane seat, right? Or whatever, cabin seat. I was not flying first class is what I'm saying. So I looked up is Jeff Goldblum in Conclave. In fact, let me see if I can get it again. It wasn't that specific one. Okay, the AI overview is different. But something from the answer didn't feel definitive. So I looked up, did Jeff Goldblum win an award in Conclave? It was a specific award. I don't remember what it was. And for the record, this was like a few months ago since I haven't got on a trip in a while, work trip in a while. But anyways, the response that Google AI gave me is, yes, Jeff Goldblum won an Academy Award with the rest of the cast from Conclave in the 2024 film, or, Conclave, whatever it was. It was just like, according to Google, Jeff Goldblum won an award playing a character in Conclave. I'm not the one that makes the, I didn't make the rules. AI said it, so Google AI said it, so it's true. I'm trying to yeah, it might have been the Golden Globes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it was exactly.
Give it to me.
The award itself didn't necessarily really matter, but it was like something prompted me to look at it, like to like search something along those lines. I don't remember what it was. Oh, you know what? I might have it. Oh no, it's gonna be on my work computer. If I remember, I'll take a picture of it, but it's pretty funny. I like keeping a record of all the times Google AI is wrong. Like that, I've personally found Google AI to be wrong, I should say, because it amuses me a lot. I'm not watching where I'm going. I'm surely going to get to the right spot. I'm looking through my phone to see if I have any handy without going too far. There are so many cat pictures and food pictures. Okay, I don't think I have anything in my phone right now.
I'm gonna whack you good.
All right, we'll pick this back up tomorrow. I'm going to go and figure out lunch stuff and all that. So have a good one, guys. If I'm back later before the evening, it might be for Death Stranding. And if not, So it's either, in other words, what I'm trying to say is it's either Death Stranding or 100 Lions Night. So have a good one.